Welcome to Westfield Basketball, offensive drills and defensive drills for our youth and just fundamental drills overall. The first drill you see here is the catch-up drill. Both the right and the left hand, we went across with the right, we come back with our left. We really work on pound dribble with that strong hand and weak hand, and then get it into our shooting pocket. The second part to the catch-up drill is we actually take one dribble and then we cross over in front of us. We want to keep it low and tight to our body. You'll notice how we want to plant the right foot and go to the left. And we'll do this with our right hand, and then we'll come back with our left hand every day. This catch-up drill, we start the drills every day with all of our workouts, just fundamentally just getting a handle for the ball. The third is the most challenging, and that's the double move. Here you see our guys, they do a different combination. Sometimes it's cross, sometimes it's in between the legs, sometimes it's cross to in between the legs, but they are utilizing double moves, and what that does is build confidence, quickness, and to where they're not thinking as much. This is our glide dribble series. The glide dribble series is just simply putting the ball in the hand. We use the term man on, ball off. So we want our front to be on our defensive man and the ball to be away. So man on, ball away. We'll go two forward and one back, and we'll do that with both our right and left hand. And then we do two dribbles forward, one dribble back with the pull back crossover. The pullback crossover, we should open our gate so that we experience some distance from the defensive players. And then we'll do the same thing with pulling it back between the legs, just a little bit different with our handles, give the kids a different experience, a little bit more confidence with that between the legs. This drill, once again, is one of our staples of daily practice, fundamental lines, just basic pivoting. We'll do left foot inside, right foot inside, right foot outside, and left foot outside. The one you're seeing here is the right foot inside, and it's a left-hand bounce pass. Anytime we inside pivot in this drill, we always throw a bounce pass. If it's an outside pivot, we'll throw a chest pass. And that way we're working the kids' left hand, right hand, and both the bounce and the chest pass. This drill here is just two-line passing, and we'll go through this pretty quick. It's just two-hand chest pass. Want to make sure kids are using both hands when they throw the chest pass. Bounce passes, then we'll go right and left hand. We'll go two-hand bounce pass, and we really change it up. And I try to change it up quickly. We want them to get their feet moving when they catch the ball. Right hand reach, left hand reach. They'll throw hook passes in the air that are also throw overhead passes. But we want them to catch the ball and release the ball, get in a habit of quick catch and release, but not to hurry. We want them to be quick with it, but we don't want them to take so much time that they don't have a quick release to make a touch pass. And as kids get stronger, this becomes a lot easier. Here you see what we call our machine gun passing. You can do many different versions of this. You can do chest pass or bounce pass. We have our kids call the names out of who they're talking so that they're not only physically doing it, but they're also cognitively thinking about passing the ball, who they're passing it to. We want them to move their feet. We want them to use their left hand. You can put all kinds of limitations. They can go up and down the line. They can alternate. They can go end to end, however you want. But the options are endless as far as just fundamental passing. You see a lot of kids that want to pass just with their right hand, even at the high school level, or just with their left hand. We want them to be able to use both, and this is a good drill to see, are they using that offhand too much or not enough. Here's our 3-man weave, 5-4-3-2. And what we do is the first trip down, we score on the 5th pass, all chest passes. The next time down, we'll score on the 4th pass. And then on our next trip, we'll go 3 passes and then 2. And what it does is teach kids to lead the guy that they're passing to. And, so many times we throw it where they were and not where they're going to be. So it teaches them to lead them out. Here we have tiger shooting. Tiger shooting is one of our staple shooting drills, and what I like about this is you'll notice the kids across the top are making left-hand reach passes, and they're throwing away from the defense. I think so many times we don't throw away from the defense, and we don't use the left or right hand. And honestly, the earlier they can learn this, the better off it is. Get them shooting. We even do this with the one hand, or with the one dribble to the right, one dribble to the left, and then we'll go shot fake and get all the way to the hole. And you can add whatever variety you want. We do this right hand and left hand, and basically it gets kids a lot of shots in a hurry, and still uses their fundamental footwork. We do teach them to over exaggerate their shot fake. We want them to give a good shot fake, show the eyes, and we think the eyes tell the tale. If they show the eyes, then they'll sell it to the defense. Here we have rock shooting. You start with 2 lines underneath, and there's certain variations to this drill. You can do it on each of the wings if you want, but the bottom line is after you pass the ball, you go and shoot. You get your own rebound, and you take the ball to the line that you were going to. So you always keep going in the direction. The flow of the game goes in the direction of where the shot is coming from. And we go all the way out to shoot a 3. You can get them as many shots. You can tell them to take a half a step back each time. You can tell them to take a full line. In this one, we're doing a little bit longer gradation, but we're getting them as many shots, and then we will work them back in so that it is a shorter shot. So we go from short to long and then back into short. Right here we enter our defensive team drills. This is called rock lines, and what rock lines is designed to do is to mimic every possible defensive footwork move that you're going to have within our man-to-man defensive system. You'll see them denying the ball on the first side, and then they drop step and get to the help line. They move with the ball as they slide down to the rim, and then they open to help, and then they close up to deny again, which you see right now. He's closing up to deny. Then he drops steps, gets down, takes a charge, and our teammates are always there to help pick him up. Here's the denial. He drop steps, get to the middle, comes down, drop steps, goes down, takes a charge. This is a drill I think you could do every day. Teach the kids footwork. The one thing, obviously, we are not doing as well as we would like in this drill, as you're seeing it, is their drop steps aren't quite as crisp as what we'd like. We want our footwork to be pretty precise and not waste steps. Doing this every day allows you that luxury. This is lane slides. We want them to point the front toe whichever direction they're going. We want them to point the toe. We go 15 seconds at a time, and they just touch the line as many times as they can. If you really want to get them down in a stance, you can say they have to keep their fingers on the ground, and that makes sure that you keep them low when you do that. But you'll notice that they're pointing in the direction, they're moving their arms. Use those arms, really pump the arms, that'll make them quicker. Here we have W drill. W drill is simply a drop step drill. You start them facing you on the baseline, and I'm just going to point left or right. And they drop step in that direction. And they go the length of the floor. And typically we will do this 8 to 10 trips. And if somebody has poor footwork, we'll call them out. This drill here is called Cincy Shuffle. We sprint down and then we come back with our hands up. This is a great conditioner. It is also a great footwork drill. You get kids to go up, down, using proper drop steps. You get them to go down on the ground. You can have them take a charge. You can do multiple things from this, and then when you're ready, you have another group behind. You do groups of 4 or 5 at a time, and you tell them to go. In this case, when we tell them to go, they sprint to the other end, and then they're done with the drill for that side. This is star closeouts, working on getting hands high, and what we're doing is we're teaching the kids to get to the help line at the same time. If everybody sprints to the help line, then we feel like we can control the paint. So it takes communication. It takes, the kids closing out with the high hand. We make sure they close out high hand on the ball, and then they drop step and sprint back in. And what we do is we have them say sit, because we want them to sit on that help line and be ready to move. The habit is to stand up when they get to the help line, and that's the last thing we want them to do. So we have them come in and sit, and then they all move together. They work as a unit. This drill is 1-on-1 5 spots. And, with 1-on-1 5 spots, you're going to see that we try to force the ball to the baseline, and we want to belly him up. Basically, the offense gets 3 dribbles is what we usually say. We want to really body him up with our body, not our hands. We don't want to reach. And then when we get him in that position, we want to belly up and make him take a bad shot. We do this from the top of the key, the 2 wings, and the baseline, and basically we play offense and defense from each spot, and then they rotate in a clockwise direction. Obviously, you could alter this drill however you want. Here's sort of the progression: 2-on-2 ball side, help side. Passing 2-on-2 with a coach, and they're just passing it. They got to constantly move and get position. You sort of dictate when you're in the middle of when they move and when they don't move. And so then we'll shift it, and we'll still go 2-on-2 ball side, help side, but we just move to the other side and give each kid the same type of experience, but they get, they use both. Here we go 2-on-2 deny with rotation. I'm going to drive the ball. The baseline guy's going to rotate, and then they've got to recover in help, and they pass it again. I'll drive it again. It teaches that weak side guy to get down and cover that baseline so that he can take that pass away. Right now we're letting it go through. Here in this drill, we will not let it go through. We're going 3-on-2 with a coach. And notice the top guy, in this case is Spencer Tebby, number 22. He's dropping down as the ball moves. He should be moving as the ball moves and taking that pass away. And we do this, we do some kind of rotation defense, obviously every day, but I don't think you can do enough of this because you're only as strong as your rotations. You'd like to think that you can guard man on man all the way around, but at some point you have to be able to rotate and scramble, and this really works on that drill. You can also do this 4-on-3. You can do it 5-on-4, and I think it really increases communication and awareness within your team. This is rock transition series. You'll notice here that the first guy down the floor is the 5-man. And that can be either our 4 or 5, really. Both are bigs, and he's going ball side post. The 4 and 5 are interchangeable. The 3 and the 2 are interchangeable. And then the point guard, he's pushing the ball up the sideline as fast as he can. If his side is denied, he's going to slice the floor and go across the middle, which you'll see them do here some. We do a series of 6 shots. The first one we shot the 3. The second one we entered the post. The third one we seal and we throw it to the post from the high post. And then the fourth one we enter it to the post for a kick out 3 on the weak side. And then fifth one that we just did was a cross screen. You'll see a down screen on the weak side, cross screen there. And then the sixth one is what we call all the way through inside series and get a shot. Then we're going to add all the way through here. As you can see, kicks it up, post goes to the ball side post. We swing it, we cross screen, we down screen. And now we're going to go into Cincinnati. You can run transition right into Cincinnati. And in this case, we're saying go to 10 passes and score on the 10th pass. Here's a Cincy breakdown drill where we just go one-on-one from the top of the key. You can do this from the wing, you can do it from the corner. But we're working on both offense and defense. We tell the defense to really work on jumping to the ball. Offensively, you got to set your man up, and whether you use a swim move or a spin move, every 6 cut in a one-on-one situation without help, we should be able to get open. Obviously the defense here, especially in our practices, we'll allow the defense some freedom and be a lot more physical than what they'd be in a game. But we want the kids to be ready to spin and get open. There he gets in front, and we're really pushing him as a defender. But in a game that becomes a lot easier. And I think you can do this from all spots. Then we go 2-on-2 with a coach, and they pass and they screen away. These are all 7 cuts. 7 cuts, the big key to teach your kids is that there's 2 cutters to every screen. So right here, he pops and he slips. That's pretty good execution. If you're always going to go opposite of the cutter. And so in this case, Andy slips it. We're going to swing it. There he pops, and Donnie slips to the basket. And basically the basic reads are if he curls, the screener pops. If the cutter pops, the screener slips. But there should always be one guy cutting each direction. And especially with the young guys, this is really effective if you can make your wing player wait. Wait on that screen and have him set a screen. There's a perfect curl. You see Andy popping behind it for the 3 or for a 16-footer. That's pretty efficient. And then we run this on both sides.